Hi, I'm Ellen Falkner, General Manager for Workforce Development at Bowls Australia, and I'm delighted to provide an update on coach development and where we are in adopting the modern coaching approach. In really simple terms, coaching is a people business. It's all about the relationships which you develop with the athletes that you're coaching. I've pulled out here some of my favourite quotes which really bring to life and highlight the importance of the role of the coach and how they're vital in both recruiting and retaining people within our sport. So the first is very much around acknowledging that good coaches coach sport, but great coaches coach people. And the second one is about the role of a coach and the importance of the role of a coach in both the sporting context but also in a person's life. So a good coach can change a game, but a great coach can change a life. And then finally, my personal favourite is that the players that you work with don't care how much you know until they know how much you care. So what is the modern coaching approach? Well, the Australian Sports Commission have worked tirelessly to undertake a research and evidence-based approach with the sports sector to create a new approach which, in really simple terms, focuses on the participant and their individual needs, aspirations and motivations. So what's then happened is that the whole landscape is then around educating and empowering coaches to ensure that they've got the skills, knowledge and capability to create positive sporting environments where both participants themselves and volunteers and communities can thrive. The benefits of the modern coaching approach for the participant is that they should have a positive experience, and that's because the experience will be designed based around their motivations and aspirations. And we all know that one of the great things about our sport is that people play it for a variety of reasons. So within those sessions, participants will have a voice, so the coach will listen to the participants in terms of what they want to work on. They would also have a choice as to how they achieve the outcomes that they're looking for from the session, and they would all go away from the session having a sense of achievement and success. Sense of belonging is really important as part of that connection piece, and there's a great saying around, if somebody feels welcome, they'll join. If they feel included, they'll stay, and if they feel like they belong, they'll contribute. And that links to the last point around those who feel like they belong are more likely to stay within the sport and be motivated to continue. From a coach perspective, the modern coaching approach means that there's ongoing learning and a commitment to personal development, as opposed to doing accreditation and then not having any ongoing development between accreditation and the re-accreditation timeline. It's also about helping coaches to be able to build the skills, knowledge and capability to create safe, inclusive environments, and ensuring that coaches have a positive experience too, where they're valued, supported and connected. From a Bowls Australia and a wider system perspective, including STAs and clubs, we hope that the modern coaching approach will help us to grow and retain membership. It will help us to diversify our workforce to ensure that the workforce is reflective of the communities in which Bowls clubs sit. We hope that it will help to drive positive culture and behaviours through the system, all the way from grassroots to high performance. And we hope that it will drive connection and that sense of belonging, and ensure that we're able to communicate effectively with coaches, so that we can ensure that they're appropriately valued and supported. So what are we doing to implement this modern coaching approach? Well, we're currently working to embed the BA coaching philosophy, which I'll talk about in a moment, into everything we do and that we develop. We're creating a new framework that focuses on giving coaches the skills to create environments where participants can have a positive experience, and ensuring curriculum content meets the needs and motivations of both participants and coaches. We are developing a coach education training model that is relevant, flexible and accessible, and caters for different learning styles. We're also reviewing the current re-accreditation process and looking at how we can reward the values and behaviours that we want to see within coaches being committed to their ongoing professional development. We are aligning existing coaching awards to a proposed new framework so that nobody loses anything within the system. And we're also consulting with coaches to get their feedback on what they want and need from us as a national body, working closely with state territory associations. So what is the Bowls Australia coaching philosophy? Well, it's quite simple. It's about putting the person first and the player second. We work on the basis that if the player is in a good place emotionally, physically and mentally, then they're in the right place to perform to the best of their ability. It's about creating a safe, inclusive environment where people feel free to be their true selves, where they're respected and valued for their opinions and beliefs, and they can absolutely be their authentic selves in everything that they do. And finally, it's about creating an environment where everyone has fun and they enjoy the ride, because you never know how long the ride is going to be. We recently sent out a survey to 2,240 coaches across the country, and we had 553 respondents, which we were delighted about that level of response rate. So we were able to gain some information in terms of reinforcing our understanding around our workforce demographics. So information such as 78% of our coaching workforce being aged 65 years or over, there being a high number of male coaches in comparison to female coaches, there being a low number of individuals who identify as having a disability as coaches within our sport, and our workforce not being particularly diverse in terms of its cultural demographic. So there were some learnings there around the demographic. There was also some information around coaches predominantly being volunteers, so 95% of the respondents volunteered, with only 5% getting paid. But it was great to read that 60% of coaches were supported by their club in paying for accreditation to enable them to gain accreditation to support them in their coaching journey. Information that we gained around motivations as to why people got into coaching were around sharing their enjoyment of the game, improving skills, helping others, encouraging participation and supporting new members. When we asked coaches what they felt were their success factors, they described it around players returning to sessions or more people attending the coaching sessions that they run, seeing an individual grow and develop, and also around their players having on-green success, whether that's through individual results or other means. It was also evident from the information that we obtained that coaches are coaching a diverse group of players within their club environment, with a large majority having a focus on beginners, and then there being lots of other groups that coaches are coaching, including first grade pennant players. And coaches' views of their players' motivations mostly centred around wanting to improve, but there was also some information on those who attend sessions because they want to keep active, and others actually going along because they want to build social connections. The consultation also informed us that online modules, followed by podcasts and videos, a newsletter and mentoring support, were areas of support that coaches would like from us moving forwards. There was also a request for additional support around bowling arms and more face-to-face opportunities with regional coaches, as well as access to higher level advanced coaching to see how coaches could improve or gain ideas. And finally, areas that coaches would like to receive support in included training ideas, tactical and technical support, followed by support around how to build session plans, understand the psychological components of the game, and how to improve in a rinkside coaching capacity. I hope that you found this update both informative and helpful. I appreciate you listening, and if you have any further questions or queries, then please don't hesitate to get in touch. Thanks again.